You got the get your roll on truck out there. So you got to get your roll on truck out there.
No.
That's the truck they had in the video.
That was man. I remember when that joint.
Yeah. Get your roll on. Get.
What?
That's when my folks bought the Expedition, that '98 Expedition. I drove that junk to prom. We went downtown, played that junk out. You know what I'm saying? Just flicking downtown, doing that stuff. Get your roll on. You got in trouble for it too, cause I burned out them back tires.
Oh man.
Yeah, I know. It was worth it though. It was like, yeah, fun though.
These hoes,
out shows,
big, sweet, slang, freak, bitch. Do your thing, Biz, dents, Hummers, jets, Rolex, Mo 6, every day, lights out, nigga. Hold up, lights out.
It's light. The lights out.
Yeah, lights out. Impure, fresh, comma. Your wife is my baby mama.
Then that bass hit, dog.
Man.
Oh. Welcome to the rundown, y'all. Rag, what it do, my guy? You good? Always good.
Be illegal.
Yeah, man. I had this. My Wi-Fi is out. We had this power outage here in Bartlett here earlier today.
Yeah.
So we smuggling it out, doing what we do. But anyway, I want to give a shout out to our Memphis Tigers, NIT champions. All the smoke, you know what I mean? Let's do it. You know,
in lieu of that shout out, I went ahead and changed, the hat. You know what I'm saying? The rocket.
The brim, I always have one. Yeah.
My good Bulls.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Always gonna keep
made
an
awesome trade, by the way. Or the 49ers, but you know what I'm saying? In lieu of us winning the NIT championship, you know what I'm saying? Then I got to go ahead and rock the good brim.
For sure, yeah. So just want to give a shout out to Penny and the Tigers, man. Won the NIT. I think it's a real good momentum shifter going into next season. Hopefully all the dudes come back.
I don't think we got any NBA hopefuls from that team. So
yeah, not this year, but hopefully next year. Boogie Ellis, he ready. I think Boogie, if he come back next year improved and kind of get some other stuff together. Particularly his free throws.
He'll be a junior
next year. Yeah. Him and Lester Quiones, if they come back, you know what I'm saying? We got something special. So shout out to Penny, man. Salute. Salute. Give you a whole give you your flowers. You know what I'm saying? Because I
like I've been saying.
I was on you earlier for a good reason, though. I was on you for a good reason, though. And because of people like me, he got in the trenches, coached them up. And did what he did, and we brought the city a chip. You know what I'm saying? Because we held him accountable. You know what I mean? So that's what we do on here. You're right. We don't pander on here. We don't pander. We tell it like it is.
Ain't nobody pandering, man.
He pandering Penny.
I do not be pandering.
PP. He pandering Penny over here.
He pandering to Penny.
He pandering Penny, man.
I do not be. Look.
Tell him what's up.
And I'm the same person that said that Penny does not deserve to be in the NBA Hall of Fame.
You said that.
So so I have my pandering, and I'm just keeping it a book.
That's two different subjects.
I'm just keeping it a book. But you know what I'm saying?
Hey.
Like I just know the way my city do.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I did not want to see one of our heroes get done like the late great Coach Finch. So, but I am glad that we won the NIT, and hopefully, we'll be in the NCAA tournament next year.
Final Four next year, bro.
Good job, Tigers.
I'm going forward next year. I'm saying it already. If we have the squad we have coming back, got a nice recruiting class coming in, we should be elite 8 at least.
I think we'll be in the round of 32.
Round of 32. Okay, I'm saying elite 8.
We'll make it to the second round.
Come on, man. We do better than that. Okay, so. Since my laptop is not working with internet, I'm going with the rundown, okay? And so the first thing is up with these. Have you heard about this potential vaccination passports. You heard about that? With President Biden has put out there he's trying to get legalized having people have vaccinated passports. So if you want to travel, if you want to go to, let's say, a football game or anywhere else, like to put out there where you can have your stuff documented, so where maybe you can't even attend these things unless you have your vaccination card or something like that. So
I guess I won't be going out of the country.
I know, right? I was looking like that's a whole nother level, man. Like I hate not even a conspiracy theorist, but it's just like it's conditioning us to when in the book of Revelation with the mark and you know what I'm saying?
I mean, but it's about control.
Right.
So if they condition us to bow down to their control, the stuff is only going to continue to get more outlandish.
Yeah.
Until eventually we'll be doing like, we'll look up and be like, why am I doing this? Or why are we in this state? But you're allowing somebody to tell you how to live your life.
And the funny thing about it is, I just read a little bit about this, and it's saying this is not what they said is not necessarily new. Like this happened before, but with the yellow fever. But unlike the yellow fever and the coronavirus are like, it's not on the same level as far. I mean, yellow fever was like a real like almost like Ebola or something. Kind of more deadly and had other stuff about it. But I'm just like, corona can be deadly too, but on that same level, dog, it's like, I want to read this real quick just to say, it says the Biden administration is working on a vaccine passport that will be used for work, school, and international travel to prove you received the vaccine. Travel is starting to pick up as more people are getting vaccinated, and that's why the vaccine passport may be needed. So,
okay, so again, but this goes back to
it's crazy, bro.
When you go to the World Health Organization website, they give the definition of what a vaccine is. A vaccine is anything that you take that will allow your body to produce necessary antibodies to provide immunity.
Correct.
So now, if I'm immune to something,
yep,
why do I still have to wear a mask?
Yep.
If I can't catch it?
Yep.
So what's the point of you giving me this vaccine if not only I have to take multiple doses of it, number one, but then number two, it's a possibility I can still catch it.
Yeah.
That's why like the flu shot is not called the flu vaccine.
Right.
It's called the flu shot.
Yeah.
Because you're not receiving immunity from the flu. 9 times out of 10, most people who have taken a flu shot have taken multiple flu shots because you're not immune to it.
Yeah.
They do have a, like the measles, mumps, rubella vaccine. You take it one time because your body produces the necessary antibodies to where you cannot catch the measles or the mumps anymore after you get that vaccine. Smallpox vaccine, you take one time.
Right.
And you can go lay in the bed with smallpox in it. You're not going to catch it because your body has produced the immunity. But you take this COVID vaccine or whatever it's supposed to be, but then you still have to put your mask on.
That was my question or just my thought about it too. I don't think it can necessarily be categorized as a vaccine as what other people are, are calling it. Like, and that's what, you have to do your own research and really look that stuff up.
But if you look at some of those interviews, and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you're good.
Even Dr. Fauci has not been able to answer certain questions when people have asked him, was like, okay, well, if this is a vaccine, why am I having to take it multiple times?
Right. Yeah. And it's not, last I checked, it's still not FDA approved.
And so basically it's just an experiment.
Right. It's basically a high grade experiment, but like I said, I don't want to get too in that just because I know some close family members I know that took it, and I've tried to have these type of conversations with them, and they kind of shut me down because they don't want to, I guess feel a certain way. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. But the vaccine, bro, when I look like a passport to really, like, that's kind of personal information. Like, if you want to get a shot or whatever like that, like, it's like
that's a violation of your HIPAA laws.
Yeah. Yeah, right.
Like real talk. Like, you can't even give out your medical information. They tell you not to give it out over the phone.
Right.
Unless you're talking specifically to your doctor or anything. Like, doctors cannot share your medical information with other people unless those people are going to be operating you or giving you medication. Like, Joe Blow on the street can't just know your medical information because that is private.
Right.
So all of this is a violation of your HIPAA laws. You can go to jail. People can lose their licenses for violating your HIPAA laws. But this, which is a clear violation of your HIPAA laws. So, next topic, because we can talk about that all day.
Yeah, that's crazy. The next topic is, I'm not sure if you're up on it as much, about the border crisis. And I want to more so hit on, because the border crisis, that's one of the things Trump was really on, about the wall and all this stuff. And so since the Biden administration went in, they pretty much undid everything that Trump did, trying to take the borders down. And so it has created a huge crisis. You know what I'm saying? It's like crazy at the border. And and I didn't want to hit on like the Mexican cartel, because, that's a real, big thing down there. They're making, they said, an estimated 14 million a week. You know what I'm saying? Just off of, because they can have people come in, human drug trafficking, little kids, babies, all this stuff, because they can just flood the border. And so this is just kind of a real big issue, not only with the drug cartel just making the money, but, they're sending families back and forth, toward and leaving the border with, their drugs, their, all that stuff. In order for that family to pay the debt back, they're selling, for an example, their daughter, you know what I'm saying, to hold out until she pay out, what's due.
And you said they're making 14 million
a week.
Looks like we're in the wrong position.
I know. It's like, let's give me one round, but hey, not money hungry, but yeah, just a week, dog.
I just need 1 week.
I know, right?
That's one straight. We good.
14
generational wealth,
bruh. 14 million a week.
Nigga, or you could do, look, man, you could do a week for you, your wife, and your 4 kids. So that's 6 weeks.
Yeah.
And just put their stuff up, and man, you'll be straight.
Yeah. And that's, dog, I can't even, like, I remember the old Ruthless Records, that movie. And even back then in the 80s, him and Eazy, I think they said that was making like 20 million a month. You talking about late 80s, early 90s. Like that's good. That's great now.
Yeah.
But just like back in the late 80s.
You know how many months it is? 12 times 20. You do the math on that.
Gosh. You know what I mean? So, yeah. So I just wanted to mention that, and how it's crazy getting out there, and how people.
Again, so you said they bring these drugs over here, right?
Yeah.
So once again, man, I feel good about these reparations we got. Man, it's so much being done for black people right now,
what you
in America. What about the legislation against, violent crimes against black people?
Yeah.
Cause I promise you, they always want to throw somebody else, and I no offense to my brown brothers and sisters, but they say black and brown, but I promise you,
right,
if it wasn't nothing against us, nobody else would get it.
Yeah.
Y'all get it due to proximity. Y'all get it because y'all look kind of like us, and then once they already start beating you, then
yeah, it's just same
I'm
thing,
trying to
speak it,
man. Where is that legislation at?
Bro, you know exactly.
You know what I'm saying? They
at.
still arguing over the student loan.
Yeah, so that ain't gonna put down. But again, if y'all just look up what's going on in the border crisis, if you're not hip to it, but the drug cartel, like 14 million a week, y'all, like that's
y'all boy, Moneybag Joe.
That's crazy.
That's who they voted for.
So that's what you want. That's what you get. So next rundown topic is, I think I'm interested to see what you think about this, right? Actually, my brother put something on Facebook talking about this too. He was kind of up in arms about it. And the Tennessee legislator passes permitless handgun carry bill, and it goes to the governor here soon. And so let me say what this legislation, what it would do. It says it will allow most adults to carry handguns without obtaining a permit, a measure some Republicans sought years to pass. It was the House of Representatives went 64 to 29 on Monday night. Just 5 House Republicans voted against it. Okay. And it says if this were to go into play, it would be July 1st, right? So July 1st, it will allow for both open and concealed carrying of handguns for people 21 and older without a permit, as well as for military members ages 18 to 20. It does not apply to long guns, a point of contention among gun rights activists. What say you, Rag?
I mean, I am not for gun control. However, I don't think everybody just need to be walking around with a piece.
That's the only thing,
yeah. But honestly though, and like I said, Republicans have been waiting for a long time for it to get passed because some of them backwoods people have committed some felonies and they can't legally carry a firearm. Mm-hmm. So that just empowers those people to be able to have a firearm so that when people that look like us, mm-hmm. look like we're in the wrong neighborhood or, we have a traffic dispute or something like that, that empowers them to be able to do those things. Because I'm not worried about our people because think about it. Most violent crimes, gun crimes committed by us against us, a lot of them people ain't got no permits or nothing anyway.
Right, that's what I'm saying. That won't affect.
So and you got to be able to afford to get one.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. So like people talk about these extended clips and they're like, that stuff ain't cheap.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The niggas ain't running to get a throwaway 38. You know what I'm saying? Like what I see with that though is like the purge is real. Yeah. So don't get it twisted. Make sure you had yours.
Yeah, and I wanted to put another point out there because let's say the law gets in there by July 1st, the kind of not loophole, but the other stuff that goes attached to it. It said the law will remove offense from most to carry handgun without permit, but it will boost other gun crimes. For example, like while removing the misdemeanor offense for most people carrying a handgun without a permit, the bill also increases punishments for certain gun crimes. The legislation boosts theft of a firearm from a misdemeanor to a felony and mandates 6 months of incarceration for the offense, up from the current 30-day sentence. It also bars felons convicted of possessing a firearm from early release. So you see with that, like everything you saying was true, but then on the other side, it's going to, punish people even more that don't get caught, under this rule other than when previous. And honestly, I mean, you probably talking about most of us.
Right. Yeah. We the ones going to be doing the jail time.
Right. So it's going to be mostly black people, mostly people that look like us in there. So, tomato, like I can see it being a major problem, but also I can see it not really, if you're an idiot, you're still going to be an idiot. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like, yeah, you know what I mean? So, but that's something to really consider though. But my brother, he was kind of up in arms about it. And he wanted some other opinions on it as far as what they thought about it and thought it was, almost like genocide toward us because of the guns and stuff. But then on the other side, it's like, I mean, most of the fools out here anyway, 18 to 25 or 18 and younger, they strapped anyway.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Without a permit.
Yeah, that just means you won't get in trouble by the police if you get
pulled
over something.
Right.
But then what that also increases the chance of, and that goes back to what I was saying is, so now when you do get pulled over, now the likelihood of you got a gun.
Yeah. Right.
Because we don't really see that. Well, right. I ain't going to say all of Tennessee, but like we don't see that in Memphis too much because we here. But at the same time, you know what I'm saying? Like now if you're empowered to pull that trigger because, they carrying.
Right. But it's the law.
You see what I'm saying? Right. Yeah, it is. But still, you see what happened with that.
Right.
They're going to be on administrative leave.
Right. Yeah. And that's
you defend yourself and shoot a police officer, what you think going to happen?
Mm-hmm. And that's
your ass will be up under the jail.
For sure.
Even if it's video showing that you were defending your kids or your wife or yourself, they will still find a way to throw you up under a jail. They gonna find you work for the government yourself. They gonna find a picture of you when you was 17. You know what I'm saying? Throwing the thumbs up at a tennis match, and they gonna say you was throwing up a gang sign.
Right.
That is clearly North Memphis that he is representing.
That's correct. That's a good point you brought up because a lot of police officers are against this. You know, just because of what you said, if they pull you over. And now you more antsy if you reaching down, let's say your registration is somewhere over here or something, you know.
When you see somebody got a gun, like your reaction.
Right. And a lot of these police officers are kind of on eggshells. Want to say, I'll give a shout out to the Bartlett, police on that tip. They're not as antsy, I would think, as the MPD, at least that I've witnessed. You know what I'm saying? So let me, not give too much praise on that.
You ever been in the Bartlett jail?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all. Thank God. So
don't get in there on no Friday.
Don't get on there on no Friday?
You're gonna be in there until Monday.
You sound like you got experience, right?
Man, look, all I know is and wasn't doing nothing.
Oh man.
I'm just saying, like I don't fool with Germantown PD, Bartlett PD, Collierville PD.
Yeah, I would say it's levels to it though. It's levels to it.
I ain't gonna say that, but I'm just saying I ain't worried about MPD. I'm straight, with MPD, but
for sure
I ain't got that. Yeah, I don't fool with Bartlett, Germantown, or Collierville.
Okay. And let's keep on switching gears here with the rundown. I don't know if you have the thing up, but a woman used a gender neutral bathroom.
She was she tweeted or?
Yeah, I got the tweet right here. Is the lady that actually tweeted this? Is she famous or no? It's just a regular girl. Okay.
Just a regular person.
Okay, I'm gonna read a tweet that Rag sent me. This is a lady, just to set up, a lady that just happened to use a gender neutral bathroom and just her experience. She said, "I used a gender neutral bathroom today, and 2 men came in while I was washing my hands. Man number 1 didn't care and used the bathroom in front of me. Man number 2 waited outside the bathroom till I left after seeing me inside. I thank man number 2 for respecting my privacy. I felt so violated." And then I guess the guy you're talking about, Millie Rock?
Yeah, well, I don't think he famous. He's just somebody who commented.
Okay. And he commented back to this lady talking about her experience in the gender neutral bathroom, saying, "Man number 1 treated you as an equal in a gender neutral bathroom. Man number 2 treated you like a woman. I don't know which one you want as treatment, but both treated you with respect and neither violated you." What say you, Rack?
I agree 100%.
With Millie Rock?
Yeah. I mean, but see, that's the danger of when you have something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Because the argument that people who live that lifestyle want to make is treat me equally or treat me like everybody, treat me like it's nothing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so but when you do that,
yeah,
you have people, and she's probably somebody who, if you ask her, she's probably all for gender neutral. Oh yeah, gender neutral bathroom, But then you're in a situation where 2 dudes walk in, and one he don't. Oh, okay, you in the bath. We all use this bathroom, whatever. And he whip it out right in front of you.
Right.
What's that movie? One of my favorite, Blazing Saddles. Excuse me while I whip this out. When he pulled that letter, and everybody was fainting and hollering because they thought he was talking about something else. But he whipped it out.
Yeah.
And did his bit old boy said, he treated you like an equal.
Right.
Because guess what? If a dude walk in the bathroom, and we done walked in some bathrooms where there's no dividers on the, man, you got to go, man. You walk right up, kind of turn your back a little, but you go for it.
That's them stadium bathrooms.
And some people don't care. They ain't turning their back or nothing. Some folks just, especially them older dudes, they just go in there leaning back and everything.
Like at them Grizzlies game, I could attest. Or even at them Tigers game, halftime, everybody, you got like 10 stalls in a row. You know what I'm saying? We just sitting there like waiting our turn. Like if you G, you keeping your blind, you keeping straight, you looking up. You know what I'm saying? But if you look to the left or right, and if you want to see some meat, you know what I'm saying? You can see some meat because like you said, it ain't no dividers. Ain't no dividers. It's just you just right there. You handle your business and you get out.
If that won't give you no confidence, nothing will. Because you can't not have confidence.
You can't
be at a urinal with no divider.
No divider, bro.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, hey.
It is what it is, bro.
Look, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like,
just don't touch me, bro. Just don't touch me.
Man, like, niggas will sit up there, and especially my old dudes, they'll have a real have a conversation with you.
Yeah. How you doing? How you doing, like, son?
We got to do better in the second half.
Yeah.
Like, in me and Squirt, we got to do better in the second half.
And then be driving that John and shaking it. Yeah,
Right.
What happened to Tony Allen? Why did he miss that layup like that? Be like, bro, like, just, go wash your hands, man. Go wash your hands.
But here it is. She wanted like, I want you to act like this other dude, but it's a gender neutral bathroom,
right?
And that is why it's important to, if you're gonna have a gender neutral bathroom, I believe you still need to have a men and a women's bathroom as well. Give people the option,
right?
So now you can say, okay, well, I'm gonna use the women's bathroom, and so for a transgender person, if you don't want to be offended or offensive, because I think that's the other part. I say this all the time. Mm-hmm. Just because I'm comfortable doing whatever I'm doing, I don't have to be trying to be offensive to other people as well. Mm-hmm. So if I was a transgender person, I would use a gender neutral bathroom and be done with it.
Right.
Then that way I'm not making no women uncomfortable.
Right.
Because they looking like, who is this dude with the beard? You know what I'm saying? And the leggings on.
He's had leggings on.
You know what I'm saying? Or the skirt coming in here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That probably would make some women uncomfortable.
Right.
So I can't be so like, this is just me and this is how I am and y'all got to. No. Like, just like I would want respect other people in that same way. So use the gender neutral bathroom. But if you're a woman or a man that don't want to use the men or the women's bathroom, but if you use a gender neutral bathroom, you get what you pay for.
Right. My only thought would be is, I don't know where this lady was at that actually made that tweet, but even in Wolf Chase, they have a gender neutral bathroom that anybody can go in, you can change your babies, but then they also have the men and the women's. And so, to your point, I'm like, if you chose wherever you were at, I'm assuming, they maybe had another option that may didn't. I don't know. But if you're in a gender neutral bathroom, you kind of, when you go in that environment, you kind of have to expect, stuff to kind of happen. Like you can't fault somebody for not having a courtesy to sit outside just because, but it's a gender neutral bathroom. So it's like, I should be able to whip it out, use the bathroom, do what I do. But even if I don't, you know what I mean? Like, so I think, as with you, with whatever the guy Millie Rock said, that was true. Because honestly, even if you read that tweet, I think most people will probably agree with the woman. It's like, oh my gosh, I felt so violated. How he's going to whip it out, in front of me. How dare he? But it's a gender neutral bathroom. So why is this a surprise? Number one. Number two, maybe you should have stopped what you were doing and went out until he finished. You know what I mean? If it was going to, disgust you.
He was still coming in there, use the restroom. And you're in there, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't want to see something, they got sanitizer everywhere.
Right.
Most people carry sanitizer on their person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So like, again, but a lot of times people are so, well, I was in here first and I got to do this and I got to do that. But you sat there and watched them pedo.
Right. She probably looking at how big he was or something.
That's what I would have tweeted. What you think? The nature benefit him or no. Right. I mean, but that's just
yeah.
And I don't believe that people should be looking to violate people. I believe that everybody should respect everybody. But again, the key word is everybody, respecting everybody. Just like you have a right to do whatever it is you're doing, I have a right to disagree or not like it or not want to talk about it.
Right.
You know, or associate or affiliate with it. Like, that's my right.
And that's the pitfall of the whole gender neutral thing, period, man. To even, because you just eventually you're gonna set yourself up for failure. You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to pass laws, especially in Chicago, to where there can be no more men in women's bathroom. It's just going to be a gender neutral space. You know what I'm saying? So let's say that happens in the mall and some freak show pervert comes in, you know what I'm saying, just on a high, just like got in his mind, I need me something today. You know what I'm saying?
Right, yeah. And it's people who are going to, like you said, cross that line to do that.
Yeah, so it's crazy, bro. Crazy. And this last rundown topic here is, you know what I'm saying, our good brother Draymond Green, you know what I'm saying, made a comment, I believe last week. I think he was on one of the podcasts of the Warriors podcast, some with the team, affiliated with the team, and he had the audacity to say that I'll give him credit in this sense. He has bravado. He has confidence. He said he's the greatest defender ever. For one, he's in LeBron's camp. He's with Rich Paul and them. And so he hangs out with LeBron. So he feeds off his whole little vibe. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I peeped out. Like, this is LeBron. Because I don't know if you remember, he was on the Shop Talk with LeBron and maybe Odell, maybe sometime a year or two ago. And he was like, regarding with LeBron talking about he the GOAT. He was like, yeah, you should feel like you the effing GOAT. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm glad you finally realized that and just said it. That's what you should feel. That's what you should do that. And so looking at the Shop and hearing this, I'm like, I hear you, but Draymond is not even, he's definitely not top 5. He may squeak top 10 all time. No? Yeah, he may squeak top 10. He may squeak top 10. But he's definitely not.
I'm going to ask you to defend that, though.
Okay.
No, so you say.
Okay, all right. Now, I do think he can probably squeak in the top 10. He's definitely not top 5. I can name 5 right now that are better than him.
He said all time, though.
He said all time.
That's why I said no. He ain't talking about even, I wouldn't even say in his era. Mm-hmm. And I would say from 2010 till now.
Right.
He might make the top 10 of 2010 till now.
Right.
But all time?
Yeah, all time.
He ain't even in the top 25 all time.
Yeah. I give him top 20, but
I go ahead.
I'm gonna say definitely Pip. Definitely. I'm not no order. I'm just saying five that are definitely better.
So I got to rock with my Uncle Shay Shay on this. Shout out to Shannon Sharp. So all right. So now all time. Because they say Draymond can guard 1 to 5, which I totally disagree with, but whatever. So,
I don't know about that.
So, name a center that you would have in your top 10 that he's better than defensively. Or I'll give you a name, and you say yes or no. Was he better than this person?
Okay.
Defensively.
Okay.
Elijah Wan.
No.
Okay. Alonzo Mourning.
Now what are we talking now?
No, I'm just naming centers right now.
Naming centers.
I'm just naming centers. So now he got to play the center position. So as a 5, you said he's not better than Elijah Wan.
Right.
Would he be better than Mourning playing the 5?
I don't know.
And keep in mind now. Keep in mind when. Because
I'm looking at all facets of the game. I'm just not looking at just blocking shots.
No, he said he's the greatest defender of all time. He said we're not talking about he ain't even a better scorer than Mourning.
Yeah, for sure.
Or rebounder.
Yeah, for sure.
So we talking about that. Like, who would you rather have
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Well, you know what I'm saying? So we just talking about defense.
Okay, defense. Okay.
At the center position.
Defense. Okay.
At the center position. At the 5.
I will give Alonzo the edge. Yes.
Okay. Ben Wallace.
I will give Ben the edge.
Okay. Dikembe. Keep in mind, he's like number 2 all time in blocks.
He is in blocks, but it's more than just blocks.
4-time defensive player of the year.
It's more than just blocks when defending, though.
2 times in a row, he won it consecutively.
It's more than defending than just blocks, though.
No, I agree.
So, but as far as like, he's versatile. Like I will give Draymond that.
No, we're not dealing with the versatility.
But that's part of the defense.
No, as a 5.
Right, as a 5. Yeah.
So he's better than Dikembe. If he had to play 5.
As a defender, I don't know.
And I'm going back. Right. I'm not even dealing with Rudy Gobert, Giannis. Mm-hmm. Like he ain't got these guys as a 5.
Yeah. It depends. Like, so when you say a defender, like
and again, I'm dealing with strictly because we talking about top 10 all time. So like you can't compare Scottie Pippen and Hakeem Olajuwon because they play 2 different positions.
But Draymond played the 4 and the 5. Really the 4.
I ain't got to the forwards yet. That's why I'm on 5s right now. Because you said top 10, so I'm just saying. So Dikembe, Alonzo, Olajuwon, Ben Wallace, these guys, I ain't even went Bill Russell because I never saw Bill Russell play.
Right.
But he's just not. And again, he primarily was a shot blocker.
Right.
He wasn't locking down somebody on the wing. He primarily was protecting the basket.
Right.
So you look at these guys that played that position and protected the basket. I got 5, 6, 7 guys at one position you don't have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So now let's go forwards. You already said Pip. We already know.
Yeah.
You
sure.
ain't.
Off top.
You can't see Pip Rodman.
Rodman? Yeah, no, he's not better than Rodman.
What's my man? I got a throwback one for you. Alvin Robertson. Keep in mind now, he won 4-time defensive player.
Yeah, I remember.
He
used to be
a lot of people don't remember
the skill champion
because he.
I got another one you might not remember.
He's got the highest all-time season 3.7 steals a game.
Right,
1 year.
I'm gonna say somebody I don't know if you even know that may be even better than Alvin.
At the forward position, though, right?
He played the 2 to 3. Alvin played the 2 or 3.
No, he primarily was a 3.
He was a 3.
Oh, we gonna go on the guard. We ain't got to the guards yet.
Sidney Moncrief.
Yeah, Moncrief was a guard. Moncrief was a 2.
Moncrief was about the same height as Al. He was 6'3", 6'4". He played.
No, he guarded 6'6", 6'7".
I don't know. Think about that. But Sidney Moncrief was a beast. He was
from Arkansas.
Defensive Player of the Year twice, actually.
Right.
In the league. So, but my thing, when I look at Draymond, it was just outlandish for him to say ever. Because like you said. I was
going to say before, Jordan, Moncrief was the only guard to ever win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah. I think he won it back to back.
Right, yeah, I was going to say he won it multiple times.
With the Bucks.
But again, he was a 2. But so you got Rodman, you got Pip, you got Alvin Robertson. I never saw Havlicek play, but he's regarded as one of the greatest defensive, small forwards of all time, like LeBron. And I'd be hard on Bron, but is Draymond better than the King defensively? And we talking about this because Draymond ain't guarding nobody.
Prime.
But prime LeBron.
Prime.
Is Draymond better than prime LeBron?
No. Now,
and again, that was just 5 right there. But is he better than KD
defensively?
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
No.
He is.
No.
Oh, for sure.
No.
Like
he's a better help defender than KD.
He's like overall.
No, when KD went to go in the State, it was like, oh dang, this dude can lock somebody down.
He did better defensively.
Draymond ain't never locked nobody down. Draymond gets props for being a help defender.
Right, he's an agitator.
For switching and doing all that, getting in people's heads.
Yeah, he's an agitator.
KD can actually lock somebody down.
Yeah. he's an agitator, and Draymond has a basketball IQ, so he can maybe get to a spot before, you know what I'm saying, kind of defender kind of gets there. So I give him that.
He's even a better defender than Tayshaun Prince. And people forget.
That's arguable, yeah.
Man, arguable.
That's arguable.
Man,
I know how great Tayshaun was. I know. Man. I know. And
people thought he fell off when he came to the Grizzlies. Like, Tayshaun was still locking people down. Shane Battier. And we get
Shane
fooled.
Was good.
We get fooled by the Defensive Player of the Year awards and everything because you got to look at the era and what you can do and everything like that. Like, Shane was a lockdown defender.
Yeah, Shane was real good.
And so what I'm saying is, if I got to trust Shane to lock somebody down or Draymond to lock somebody down, and ain't no helping switching, you got to guard that man. I'm going Shane all day.
Yeah. Yeah. Where I look at it with Draymond is he does a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he's a Swiss Army knife.
Yeah, he does a lot. But like you said, he does a lot good, but nothing great. You know what I'm saying?
What I'm saying is, who has he locked down?
Right, but that's not his thing.
Kawhi Leonard is more of a lot, and I mean,
Kawhi is,
but he ain't better than so again. So even if we don't throw a Tayshaun in there or a Battier in there, he ain't got Kawhi. He ain't got Pip, Rodman, Alvin Robertson, KG.
Oh yeah, KG is definitely in there. Duncan. Yeah. I agree.
You see what I'm saying? And then, okay, so now let's go guards. LeBron, I forgot LeBron. He ain't got none of them. So that's like another 7 or 8.
GP.
No. We was on 3s and 5s. I mean, 3 4s and 5s. Mm-hmm. So 3 4s and 5, we got about 16 people so far that he ain't got.
Yeah, it's about 12. We got about 12 in there.
Hold up.
That you named. I didn't agree on all of them. I didn't agree on all of them.
You don't agree with Elijah one?
No, I agree with Elijah one. I said, yeah.
Morning.
The only thing I was like Dikembe. I was like,
But if I was like,
just as far as his versatility with everything, like I would say is my only thing with Draymond is he is. With the Warriors, they were a juggernaut offensively, but he was the heart of they were the number one defense 3 years in a row.
Because there was a lot of help going on. He's not even a better defender than Clay. Because Clay will lock somebody down.
Yeah, but we look at
Draymond ain't you again.
Clay is a good 1-on-1 defender, but my thing is,
so for you to be the greatest of all time, you have to be at least great at on-ball defending.
Right, but I don't think he's the greatest of all time. I don't think he's even in the top. He's definitely in the top 5.
So this is what I'm saying, though, JB. If you're not great, in that particular part of it, then how can you say, like you said, he's good at a lot of stuff, but he's not great at one thing? It's like, okay, so how can you say you're the greatest and you can't guard anybody? Where if you had to Tony Allen somebody,
right,
or like how how Magic said, nobody ever guarded me like Scottie Pippen guarded me. He changed the whole series,
right?
Like what Doug Collins said when they played Utah. I've never seen somebody dominate a game only scoring 4 points because of his defense. Ain't nobody ever said that about Draymond.
Yeah,
it's just like you said, diving for loose balls, making somebody commit a stupid foul because that's a part of defense too. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, the little stuff, but again, Mutombo could change. Like when Denver beat Seattle that time and he was holding the ball, he changed the series. They was not supposed to win, and it was because he was protecting their paint. And you had Sean Kemp and all them coming at him, and he was protecting Mount Mutombo. Mm-hmm. Like you got a defensive name like Mount Mutombo. Like, come on, man.
But to my point is, whatever with the one-on-one stuff, like when you get to this level, it's 85-90% mental. And so that's why Rodman is up there, because he will get in your head. That's the greatest part about it. Like physically, okay, you're not gonna lock somebody down, but Draymond will get in your head to where you get out your game. Like that matters to me. Like that's the whole thing. Like that's the part that matters. Like he's not a great one-on-one defender, But he would get in your head so much that he got on the board LeBron. LeBron then went to the post game, snitched on him, and got him suspended. You know what I'm saying? Because he got into his feelings.
But again, what I'm saying is so again, that is a.
So I give him credit for being
somebody
mentally
head thing.
Because that's most of the game right there.
But again, so we've established you would not. So again, we're looking at it because, like, for me, like at the 3 position, if somebody said like, okay, who would you rather have guarding on the 3 on the wing, Scottie Pippen or LeBron? I in real life have to think about that. And depending on the era we playing in, I probably lean more towards Pip than LeBron. But now you ask me who would you rather have, LeBron or Draymond? LeBron. Pippen or Draymond? Pip. Rodman or Draymond? Rodman. Havlicek or Draymond? Havlicek. Like, you go that, who would you rather have? So you got to have somebody in the paint, getting in somebody's head guard. Who'd you rather have? Dream or Draymond? Dream.
Yeah, definitely have
Bill
Dream.
Russell or Bill Russell. Alonzo or Alonzo. Dikembe or Draymond? Dikembe. Ben Wallace or Draymond? Ben Wallace. Joakim Noah or Draymond? Like, now again, you talking about guarding all over the floor? Okay, Joakim or any of those guys guarding over the floor, Draymond, yeah. But I'm talking about, and that's why I went by position. Because when you're dealing with position, you're talking about different spots on the court.
Right.
So if I got to have you in this spot to make a play, you see what I'm saying? Like, right. So and that's why I broke it down by positions. So we got like 7 centers he ain't got. We got like another 7 or 8 forwards between 3 and 4s he ain't got. So now guards, MJ.
No, he's definitely a better defender.
Okay, Kobe.
Yeah, better defender.
GP.
Yeah.
We already talked about Moncrief. Tony Allen.
Yeah.
So that's 5. We at 5.
Right.
But another dude we ain't see but was known as a defensive maestro. Helped the Knicks get 2 titles in the 70s. Clyde Frazier.
Clyde was cool.
And that was his thing though. Was defense. Like that was what he was known for. Joe Dumars.
Nah, I would pick Draymond over Joe. Like I don't know what you're saying. Like with Draymond, like Joe
somebody who Michael Jordan said the only person who gave him trouble guarding him was Joe Dumars.
That's fine.
The GOAT said the only person giving him trouble is Joe Dumars. Just like Kobe said the only person he was worried about guarding him was Tony Allen. Right. So that's the same. To me, that's the same comparison.
The only way I can see Tony Allen just because Tony, he would guard the 1 through the 4 basically.
Okay, Joe Dumars would guard the 1 through the 3.
No, 1 through the 2.
No, he would guard 3s
and not be that good with the 3s.
He was a defensive.
I would not pick Joe over Draymond. I would not pick Joe over Draymond. So now to your point, as we continue to name, he would be out the top 10. But
he'd be out the top 15.
But I give Draymond credit. He's definitely not nowhere near the greatest of all time, but I give him props because he can guard multiple positions and he gets into your head like he's a less athletic Dennis Rodman. You know what I'm saying? And so I give Draymond credit, but if I had to put, he would be probably, in my top 15 to 18 defenders. You know what I'm saying? Because what he brings to the table, it matters, but he's nowhere near where he says he is. You know what I'm saying? So I would give him that.
He can guard me. He can guard you.
He can't even really guard now. Like he's not
guard nobody. He's not even a better one-on-one defender than Klay Thompson.
Yeah, one-on-one for sure.
So that's what I'm saying. So now for you to say you are the greatest of all time, you got to be better than somebody. Like, what do you do better that's just like we can even argue and say, okay, you know what? Yeah, you clearly the best at that. Like Rodman got an argument for saying he the best rebounder.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like You got a guy like Pip who could say he should be up there. And you never won a defensive player of the year, but you can go back and look at how many series he changed or altered or players that he shut down and locked down. But I playing defense.
Draymond, he defined that though. I think in that podcast when he was talking about, he defined why he thinks he is. He was like, just all the little things, the rebounding. So it just wasn't a one-on-one thing. It was just more all the other stuff intangibly. Why he thought he was the greatest, which I do not agree with. But I'm saying I agree with that. He brings a lot to the table, but he's definitely not nowhere near the greatest. But what he brings to the table is, you know what I'm saying, is good. Like he's one of them, but he's definitely not. Dude, he's definitely not a.
And I'm just saying,
not a top 10.
The last 3 years, because he's been injured, he's been a slow defensive player.
Oh yeah,
Dikembe, even when he was old, was still an excellent shot blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Elijah Wan was still an excellent around the basket defender and shot blocker. Leads all centers and steals.
Mm-hmm.
Alonzo was still to this day got a playoff record for block shots during the playoffs. Average when Miami beat Dallas that year, that playoff average, I want to say average like almost 4 blocks a game during the playoffs. That series is still a record,
right?
And he was old. He was like had kidney problems and all that. Was still a furious shot blocker.
Mm-hmm.
Draymond and had a few ankle injury, and you can't play defense no more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, now
that's what,
I'm not talking about the Draymond now, but
but you're not old even, compared to them dudes though.
Right, but I'm not. It's no argument now. He's not even nowhere near anything now.
You have a 3-year window, but again, so you're basically, and that's all I'm saying. When he say greatest of all time, you had about 3 years where you was doing something,
right?
But that 3 years ain't compared to nobody else's best 3 years.
Yeah.
I will put his best 3 years as a defender against anybody else that I've named, and it pales in comparison.
So you say he's what?
I would say he's probably 26.
So not in the top 25. Not in top 25. No. Okay. I say he's more in the top 20 range for me. So, I think we're saying the same thing.
No, we're not.
He's not the greatest of all time. That was the argument. We know he's not the greatest of all time, but I'm saying I'm giving him some props. I'm
not. You're giving him recency bias.
I'm giving some props just because the dude can defend like with any sport. In tennis, like it's 80-90% mental. And so if you can get somebody, you remember that Rodman in the 98 finals with Karl Malone, tripping him up. 1, yep, get down. 2, you know what I'm saying? Just the whole, like he got into Malone's head, like that's all he needed to do. He didn't need to block his shot. He didn't need to steal. He got deflections. Like Draymond, he does the stuff that really don't come up in the stat sheet. And so I'm not basing this stuff off stats, but I would probably put him in my top 20 all time.
Pippen didn't have the stats.
Pippen has some good stats.
No, but what I'm saying is nobody would say he wasn't a great defender.
Right.
Because you could see like me shutting you down don't show up in the stat sheet. It only shows up when you look at the other person's field goal percentage.
Yeah.
But like you guarding certain people and your man dropped 35, like how good of a defender were you when your man dropped 30? The dude you guard and dropped 30, how good of a defender were you?
How did you get the 30
or
though?
Like with Kobe playing Memphis, yeah, you might get your 30, but you shot, you know what I'm saying?
That's the thing. How did you get him?
9 for 28.
You had 30, but you took 25 shots.
Okay, but no, that's what I'm saying. Like he ain't did nobody like
you know what I'm saying? Like I can't say that now. He probably like he's an agitator. He gets deflections. He gets into your head, and so physically, he's all the people you name. He's on the bottom of the totem pole with all that. But just mentally and his provide, like I give him props for saying it as far as having the confidence because that's probably the only way that he, you know what I'm saying, ran on the level or played at the level that he did because he has this outlandish opinion of himself. You know what I'm saying? But we know it's not true. We know Draymond is not the greatest defender ever, but he is one of the greatest. He says probably top 30. I think
I would give him that. I would give him that.
I say more so
if
top
they had
20,
top 50. Like I say he could crack the top 50. But again, like you play in an era of positionless basketball, supposedly. So where do you fall at? You know what I'm saying? So now if we going by positions, well, who at certain positions are you better than? And like I said, so if I can name at least 3 people greater than you, period, you're not the greatest. But if I just broke it down by position, even if we went out and we did 5s by themselves and then we did 4s and 3s together and then 1s and 2s together. But I dare say if we was to break it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, it's at least 3 people greater than him at 1, at 2, at 3, at 4, at 5. So again, how are you? So again, if we go that way,
top 20.
Well, what 3 times 5 is 15,
right?
So if I can name 3 people greater than you at the 1, at the 2, at the 3, at the 4, at the 5, well, that means you're already outside the top 15. Yeah. If I can name 5, you already out the top 20. We named about 6 or 7 at every position. So how are you in the top? And that's what I'm saying.
But I didn't agree with all what you said.
I'm just like, okay, but 6 times 5 is 35.
Right.
So he's really not even in the top 35 based on that.
He in your top 30. I give Draymond, I give Day top 20 defensive status. You know what I'm saying?
But you didn't agree with all the centers, but you didn't argue with none of the forwards. And I left Tayshaun and I left somebody else out, but you didn't disagree when I said Pippen, Rodman, KG, Duncan, Alvin Robertson.
Well, we just named them. I didn't agree with Alvin Robinson. He was a thief. But like I said, then we're going into stats. Like it's not about stats. It's not about stats. It's about your mentality. How did you shake your opponent? Not how many steals did you grab to get a record. Like how many chips did he win? So
that's what you're looking at, though.
No, I'm not looking at chips.
No. That. You just look at it. So that's what I'm saying.
No, but that matters, though. But if
if he had done what he was doing, and he was playing on Minnesota, they'd be looking at him like he was crazy. If he had done the exact same thing on the Timberwolves, they'd be looking at him like he was crazy. And we forget that those championship runs, 3 of those finals that they went to, they had Bogut, who was a very good defensive player. That's why they got him to be their anchor inside. He was good defensively. They had Iguodala.
Yeah.
The first couple they had Harrison Barnes, who was D'ing up.
Nah.
They had that's all he was doing because he wasn't making no shots.
Nah, Harrison.
He wasn't when they lost to Cleveland. He wasn't making no shots.
Yeah.
They had Clay.
Right.
Like we forget about these guys they had playing D.
I ain't forget about it.
And so he's a great help defender. But when we lost, when they lost Bogut, all of a sudden, where that defense at? You defensive player of the year. No, then you see like, oh, okay, you had Big Bogut back there. So, you know what I'm saying? So if you lose somebody, they ain't bringing it in the house with him. When Clay got hurt, oh, where your defense at? Oh, wait, you forgot. When KD got hurt, wait, but we still got Draymond, you should be good. Didn't he tell KD we don't need you? KD got hurt, what happened?
Right.
He wasn't locking nobody down.
Right, but he didn't have to, though. But my thing is, it's about what you bring mentally. Draymond is the heart and soul of that squad.
Is the nigga in a fight who throws a chair and talk about who whoops y'all.
It's the whole squad. Like
you fighting with Riddick Bowe and Tyson and Lennox Lewis.
You take Draymond off that, you take the soul of that team. Like, and that matters to me. Like you can say whatever stats, but you take this one dude off, you ain't got the same bravado. Steph ain't Steph. You know what I'm saying? Steph didn't really start killing this year until Draymond came back, because what he brings to his, look it up.
He was, when Draymond wasn't playing, he was still dropping 30.
No. He wasn't.
Yes, he was.
No, he wasn't. No, because I was keeping up. You can actually
a lot of them games when they had Wiseman out there and Draymond wasn't playing. Draymond was sitting in there on the sideline.
Draymond was
and they was getting blown out by some teams, but Steph was still dropping.
He didn't play them first 4 games. Go look at Steph's stats. The first 4 games. But when Draymond came back, that's when he started getting.
So that makes you a good defensive player?
Huh? No,
you're a good cheerleader.
No, because it's the whole package to me. It's just not, you can't say.
He didn't say he was the total package.
He did.
No, he said he was the greatest defender of all time.
But he went into his soliloquy. He was like, why he is.
But that don't have nothing to do with defense.
It does. Deflections, rebounds, knowing your spots. That matters. Like, it's just not, okay, that's you right here, I'm going to D you up.
That's like me saying I'm a better tennis player than you because I get the crowd hype. No. And I got a better serve.
No.
But you totally got the whole game on lock. But I'm saying, but no, JB, you don't get the crowd hype. You just play this regular, boring, line-to-line tennis. And so you don't bring to the crowd what I bring to the crowd, so you can't even see me.
Oh, Draymond articulated exactly what he meant. He said he doesn't look at the game the same as everybody else. And so he does.
You can't say.
So he does this and that.
Off of this, and you say, oh, well, this is that. It's okay, but that's not defense, though.
It is to them. To him. Though. Right. And to a lot of other dudes too. Like you look at even with Shaq and Chris Webber had something to say about it. Like they got what he was saying because it's just not about I'm locking you up. It's about the other parts of the game that go with defense. So like I said, he's nowhere near the best defender or whatever, but I give him props. You give him
nothing.
Top 30. That's props. Top 30 is props. I give him about top 20 props. You know what I'm saying? But he's nowhere near that now. So this is not even a back and forth with, because he went back and forth with Tony Allen on Twitter. They were going back and forth with it and,
And I was like, again, like, come on, man.
Right. So, all right, y'all.